predicted he would come to Ireland, and certainly not to this place. He would accept the oddity of a connection. What else could he call it? It had been her voice echoing through his dreams, her face floating through the mist of his memory. And it had been his hands on the wheel of the car he'd driven up to this place to her. It was time, he thought, to discover more about her. Brianna. She paused in the act of spooning stew into the thick white bows. How long have you lived here? Alone like this? The last 5 years I've been alone. It was part of the pattern. The wine glasses are to the right if you're there. How old are you? 26. 4 years less than you. My first memory of you, this time, was of you riding a horse, made out of a broom, around a parlor with blue curtains. A little black dog chased you, and you called him Hero. She took a sip from her glass, set it down, then turned to take the warmed bread from the oven. And when he died 15 years later on a hot summer day, you buried him in the backyard, and your parents helped you plant a rose bush over his grave. All of you wept, for he'd been very dear. Neither you nor your parents have had a pet since. You don't think you have the heart to lose one again. He let out a long, uneasy breath, took a deep gulp of wine. None of that information, none of it was in his official bio. And certainly none of the emotions were public there. Where's your family? Oh, here and there. It's difficult for them to just now. There's nothing they can do to help, but I feel them close, and that's comfort enough. So your parents are witches too. I'm a hereditary witch. My power and my gift runs through the blood, generation to generation. It's not an avocation I have, Kaylin, nor is it a hobby or a game. It's my destiny, my legacy, and my pride. And don't be insulting me when you're about to eat my food. She tossed her head and sat down. He scratched his chin. Yes, ma'am. Smells great. He spooned up some, sampled it. First, the spicy warmth of it spread through his system. Tasted even better. Don't flatter me either. You're hungry enough to eat a plate of raw horse meat. Got me there. He dug in with relish. So an eye of nude in here? Her eyes kindled. Very funny. I thought so. It was either take the situation with humor or run screaming, he decided. Anyway, what do you do up here alone? No, he realized he wasn't sure he wanted to know that. I mean, what do you do for a living? It was no use being annoyed with him, she told herself. No use at all. You're meaning to make money? Well, that's a necessary thing. I weave and I sell my wares. Sweaters, rugs, blankets, throws, and the like. It's a soothing art and a solitary one. It gives me independence. The rugs in the other room, your work? They are, yes. They're beautiful. Color, texture, workmanship. Remembering the spinning wheel, he blinked. Are you telling me you spin your own wool? It's an old and venerable art, one I enjoy. Most of the women he knew couldn't even sew on a button. He'd never held the lack of democracy against one, but he found the surplus of it intriguing in Brianna. I wouldn't think a witch would. Well, I think she'd just, poof. Poof? Her brows arched high, saying if I wanted a pot of gold, I'd just whistle up the wind and the coins would drop into my hands. She leaned forward, annoyance spiked her voice. Tell me why you use that camera with all the buttons and businesses when they make those tidy little things that think for you and snap the pictures themselves. It's hardly worthwhile if you animate the whole process. If it's to mean anything, I have to be involved, in control, do the planning, see the picture. He trailed off, catching her slow smile smug. Okay, I get it. If you could just snap your fingers, it wouldn't be art. It wouldn't. And more, it's a pledge, you see. Not to abuse a gift or take it for granted. And most vital, never to use power to harm. You nearly believe me, Kaylin. Stunned that she was right, he jerked back. Just making conversation.